all ready to go.
Look at the brunettes going on though.
Who the fuck needs blondes here?
No. Actually, Sophia's going to be brunette as well. So.
It's alright, I'm crunchy, it's fine.
You're what?
Crunchy.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Have you
C word.
Yeah.
No.
I used to call
10
myself
seconds
a crunchy at school.
Yeah.
I was like,
You are
such a
definitely
crunchy.
crunchy.
Yeah, and then I became blonde.
She went blonde.
Yeah.
I couldn't see it.
And now I'm back to brunette, so I'm like, yeah.
I feel like I need to see pictures of this.
Yeah.
You will. It's
I
really
look
show
very-
me.
I look completely
Yeah.
different. I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna put this on side.
Anyways, before we get into that, if you guys don't know what a crunchy is, 'cause, you know, you live under a rock, it means that you are obviously brunette on the outside, blonde on the inside.
Done.
No, not
Actually,
dumb.
no. I would say
dumb. It's
that
not
I'm
my
done.
It's a
moment.
little bit thick.
Just
Yeah,
have
no,
my moments,
I'm
you
done.
know? Like everyone.
A little bit thick. But hey, we all do it, to be quite honest. Anyways, welcome to episode 32, second episode of season 4, and we do have a guest.
It's about time we had another guest on.
This one's come all the way from Melbourne, so
This one?
say hi, Rose.
Hi.
Rose has been shitting herself all day, being like, what are you going to make me say? What are you going to ask me? And I was like, please, got some hard-hitting questions for you. And she's like, fuck. And I was like, you're right.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love how you sit though.
What do you want?
Like, so comfy.
Yeah, the
Oh,
chair's
in
right
the
right in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta make stuff comfy. Yeah.
Anyways, so basically what we're going to chat about today is a little bit more of a tamed episode because, you know, we need to probably reel it in a little bit some days.
Some days.
But anyway, so to tell you about our plan this weekend, we're actually going on a boat and it's going to be Rose's first time in Sydney on one of the party boats.
Yay.
Yes, I'm very excited.
Yeah,
So
super
it's
excited.
going to be a good time. Sophia's joining us as well, as you've seen her before or heard her before.
Heard of before.
Yeah, I've seen parts.
Yeah.
But yeah, this episode's going to be a bit more about friendship. So
We're going to touch on friendships and we're also going to touch on relationships as well because Rose is in a long-term relationship, so we're going to touch on that. But yeah, do you want to start off by introducing yourself, how you know Riss and
Yes.
all that stuff?
Well, my name's Rose. Riss and I met back in school.
oh
I won't go into No, it was just interesting because, you know, I tried to be her friend and she didn't want to be my
That's
friend.
not what happened.
No, it was one of those things that, you know.
Miscommunication.
Yes, but it's fine, we're here now.
I don't know, I feel like you'd be like that though.
Oh. So basically the whole story goes that I'm going to tell my side 'cause she always tells it first. Basically it goes that I came to a new school when I was in year 11 because my school didn't do VCE, which is the higher education in Victoria. Basically like HSC. And so I came new and I didn't know Rose. Actually, I knew of Rose and I thought she was a ginger and I also thought she was a bitch because one of my best friends at the time had a problem with her then boyfriend.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a long
Wow.
story.
I know.
So, Rose very kindly invited me to her deb. So a debutante is obviously what you do in year 11. It's becoming of a woman, all this shit. Yeah, it's like this massive party, dance thing, whatever.
Wow, we don't do that here.
Yeah.
No?
No.
Oh, really?
We don't do it here.
Interesting. Yeah, separated.
It's like we wear a big white puffy dress. It's like a wedding.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like your formal? Is it like
No.
a formal or is it formal as well?
No,
Like
it's
you used to do
formal
that
as well.
separately, right?
So it's like when you literally like, it's basically like a bar mitzvah or a bat mitzvah for,
I don't know why we do
Right.
it. It's supposed to be like showing off your like womanhood.
Yeah.
From my understanding.
yeah, that's why you wear a
but-
dress, like white,
Yeah.
symbolizes purity and like, yeah, anyways. It's a big deal and everyone goes crazy about it. So when I went to this new school, it was a very popular private school and it was expensive. So Rose is like, come, you can join. And I was like, oh, amazing, that's great. And she's like, yeah, it's $90 and it's next week.
Mind you, all her friends were going, like all her friends were invited to the other tables and like I had asked some of the Seymour people in the area and I was
Yeah.
like, has she got an invite kind of thing? And they're like, oh, I don't think she's going. And I was like, oh, it'd be nice and like give her an invite. And she's like, no.
Because, okay, $90 next week. And I was like, that's a bit much. Like, I did a dress, everything like that. And I had a partner at the time, and I was like, well, he's not going. Like, I'm like, nah, I'm not doing it. And Rose has ever since called me a bitch for it. And then we had an English class together, and somehow she realised I'm not that much of a bitch. So.
No, you just fell in love with me and you couldn't get rid of me. I haven't been able to shake it since.
That's what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Can't get rid of her, honestly.
And then you met B, what? How long ago? Not too long
Not
ago.
too long ago.
actually.
The last time you. When was the last time you were? It was before
June.
Europe.
It was June.
Was it?
Yeah, it was in June. 'Cause it was before I went to Europe. Or we went to Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Rose
Yeah.
is the person I went to Europe with. But as you can see, I obviously picked my best friends off the ones that look some similarities to me.
Yeah.
There you go.
If you look at us, we're all kind of similar.
We all look the same.
Bit of a triplet thing going on. Anyways, tell us a little bit about you. Like, what do you do?
I've just got into a graduate program, so I'm about to start that in a couple of weeks' time. I was working at a cafe, basically just cooking, making coffees, all the fun stuff.
Mhm.
But I've just left, so it's quite sad.
And you recently graduated.
Yes, and I finished uni, so I did a Bachelor of Commerce, I majored in marketing and did a minor in corporate finance and management.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to kind of be done and move on to the next steps. So yeah, we had a Europe trip and I did a trip to Queensland and then obviously now here. So I've had a few little things to keep me busy in the meantime. And
That's good.
yeah, definitely excited to start that next step.
Yeah, and you are in a relationship.
Yes, I am.
So you're not toxic, unfortunately. But that's okay. Someone needs to balance it out.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be healthy.
Rose was single for a time and she did pretty well. She had a 5-year relationship before this one.
Yeah.
So B can understand that one.
Yeah.
How old were you when that started?
16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big one.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, luckily, we've been single at the same time.
Yeah.
But like some friends just never are.
Mm.
Like
No.
Yeah,
I
I
was
got
single,
feel
she
that.
hasn't, and I wasn't when she was.
There was also a little lockdown in that time as
Correct.
well.
She
So it's
did
just a
go
lot
through
of
lockdown.
self-development at home
Yes.
and working on myself. So that was pretty good though.
Amazing.
How long were you single for?
Oh, a bit over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did well.
Yeah.
Did very well.
And then your current one, how long have you been together?
Year and a half.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah. Going strong.
Yeah, beautiful. He's actually in Sydney this weekend. Isn't
Monday.
he? Monday.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for
we'll
work.
see.
I was about to say, so you leave and then
Yeah.
he's here.
Yeah, well, he was in Queensland
Right.
last couple of days, and he came back, and then he gets to go again. So he gets a lot of little exciting adventures with work.
That's
It's
nice.
quite good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's so good. I
Yeah.
love that. Okay, cool. So why don't we start this one off? Do you want to do the relationship side or the friend side first?
Let's do friendship side
Friendships.
first.
French first?
Yeah, French first. Yeah.
Friendships first.
We'll do that.
Okay, so I've got a bit of a topic. It's not too big, but you know, hopefully we can kind of bring our little bits into it. So basically, mine is, what is the craziest or wildest thing you've done for your best friend? Not with them, for them. So obviously you've heard stories of me and B. I've called B up being like, bro, you got to tell me that someone's hurting you. You got to tell me that like she's bawling her eyes out, and she's literally like texting me, telling me that someone's getting angry at her.
Someone's abusing me.
Literally, like it took it to a level that I was
Yeah.
like, whoa. So then I could just be like, yeah, look, proof, go.
Yeah, I think that's probably the craziest thing that I've done.
Yeah.
I don't really tend to do anything.
You don't like lying,
No, I hate lying,
so yeah.
but then also I just don't like doing anything wrong.
Mm.
So unless it's like needed,
Yeah.
like that is, that's
Yeah,
probably the craziest
exactly.
thing I've done.
Whereas Rose, when I was in my home phase and she was in a relationship, she was actually just great. I was always like, let's have some fun. She's like, I'm gonna be chill. I was like, sick. So Rose was great. We went out every weekend still, and she was in a
Back in the
relationship.
day.
There's one
Yeah.
weekend she ditched me for a phone, but that's fine.
Yeah, my phone died and I had to buy a new one, so I was like $700 out of pocket. I was like, I'm sorry, I don't have money.
I don't have the funds.
It wasn't a good enough excuse at the time. She was mad at me.
It wasn't. Anyways, there was this time where we were at this nightclub in my hometown in Seymour. It was a bit gross, but anyway, it was the place to be. And I really liked this guy. I was like really into this guy who was older than me. And I was like, oh, Rose, like I really want to get with this guy. And we're like flirting, and she's like, no, treated me and keen. And I was like, I can't do it. No one knows how to do that. Like that sucks. He's here. I'm going for it. Rose is literally like, so like say it's like me. If you can see on the YouTube, it's me, B, then Rose, yeah? Say the guy's Rose, and I'm full like getting close to him. We get like this close, like an inch away from kissing, and I'm not even kidding. Rose grabs my face.
I think I've heard this actually.
She grabs my face and pulls me away and goes, no. I was like,
I really needed to pee.
I need to pee. Come with me.
priorities. Like, she was like, I need to pee. I was like, did you what? I are you? And he just walked away, and I was like, Rose, what the fuck? And she was like, I'm sorry, I don't want to go to the bathroom alone. And I was like, are you kidding? And anyways, it actually turned out to work, and I ended up sleeping with him later down the track. So that was great. Thank you so much for doing that.
Yeah.
Really, really appreciate it.
It's the one where you thank me later for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I wanted to punch you in the face.
Yeah, that's right. You got me back my phone.
I did.
Yeah.
Rose came the next week with a new phone, and I left it in the toilet.
For like hours. Like on top of the hand dryer.
I didn't mean it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, can you hold my phone for me? Like,
Well,
just
she
keep
did.
it safe. She's like, yeah, no worries. And then
It's
was like
something
a couple,
that you would do. Like, you'd be like, yeah, sure.
yeah, and then like a couple hours later, I was like, where's my phone?
And I was like, I don't know, you had it. And she's like, no, you had it.
And then we go to the bathroom, and I was like, hang on.
Lucky it was still there.
I did, you know what? It's actually a miracle because
We don't know how
it's-
that happened. It's not a nice place. Like, it's pretty scummy, I'm gonna be honest. I live in a very scummy town. I used to.
It was very lucky. Very lucky.
For a couple of hours.
Yeah, like
That
it
is
was a
lucky.
decent period of time. 'Cause you know when you're having a good night, you don't want to be on your phone. Like you're just kind of like in the moment.
Somehow we just didn't. And obviously we had bags and like
Yeah.
handbags.
Like proper
Handbags.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't have noticed. And then
No.
after that, yeah. So that happened. Anyways, so here's some stories that I've obviously searched up. So there was one that said, which one am I looking at? Someone, they went on like this family holiday, group holiday with her friends, and like one of the friends had fallen really badly ill, yeah. The best friend actually hunted down a local doctor and woke him up at 4 a.m. and got him to their hotel.
Wow.
Wow, it's dedication.
Right?
Yeah.
But now you'd be right.
I was going to say, it would depend on how
Yeah.
bad you are.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like, I would do that if you were like,
And if there was no hospital nearby.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where it is, but I'm guessing it's probably like an Asian country, I'd say. Then one said my friend bailed me out of jail at 2 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you reckon you could do that?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah?
Probably have to
Depends
do
how
that.
much money it is, I'd say.
Yeah.
Send
If
an
I have,
invoice.
if I have the
Just send me the
money,
invoice. Yeah, if I physically have the money,
I'd
then
be like,
yeah.
oh yeah, sure. Or I'd just go and be like, someone give me money and I'll get my best friend out of jail.
Yeah.
Hopefully
Yeah,
none of you
I would
actually
do that.
end up in jail.
I definitely wouldn't. You would.
You wouldn't. Probably not.
I would have thought so.
No.
It's not my
I'd
goal.
probably
You
be the
would.
one that does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think between Rose and I, we'd probably both be able to
Yeah.
go out of jail.
Yeah, that's fair. It's very fair. Which one is this one? I had forgotten my girlfriend's birthday. My best friend went ahead and planned a backup surprise party under my name, and I didn't even know about it.
Solid.
Yeah.
I'd do that.
You would do that.
Yeah.
I'd probably be like, what can we do?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I can't even plan my own birthday. So
See, I love planning shit, so I would be like, yeah, don't worry.
Yeah, you can't.
Don't worry, bro,
even
you got
no,
it.
I'm like on the day. I'm like, let's just meet here. Like I'm not.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
literally is like, like we were talking. I was on the phone to Rose when I was with the guy I'm seeing, and she was like chatting about it, and he was like, "Oh, I'll plan your birthday."
I was like, thanks.
Great. Shut up, bro.
No, I'm welcome. You are welcome to.
Maybe listening. Shut up.
Well, you always try and fucking one up everybody, don't you? Play asshole. No, I'm kidding. Kidding.
Tell me how you really feel.
No, I will. Don't worry.
Oh my god. My friend actually stole the attendance register from the class's teacher's cabin to complete my attendance at school. Do you reckon you could do that?
I don't think I'm that ruthless.
I was about to say I probably would get caught. That's
Yeah,
my
you-
problem. I wouldn't
You
do
are
it
not
purely because I get
subtle.
caught. No, yeah.
I could definitely do that. I would try, but like it must be like. Can you imagine trying to do that at Howard School? Like their offices were like locked. Like we wouldn't even have been in there.
Yeah.
Like, that's
not at our school.
No. So I mean,
Good thing we're not
good on
at
you.
school.
I think that was all of them actually. There wasn't too many, but I always thought like there are some things that we all do for each other. I mean, I don't think we've done anything crazy.
No.
There are friends out there that have done
Way worse.
lots of shit.
But we've only been friends for 2 years, so.
It's true. It's very true. You watch out.
Wait,
Something
just
will
wait.
happen, I'm
Something
sure.
probably will
Get an
happen.
update part 2.
Something will happen.
Yeah, literally.
Literally. What was the one that you had?
Okay, so mine was more relationship based. So is there anything else that you want to touch on with regards to friendship with Rose before I go into these? Because mine are a little bit lengthier.
Do you want to tell the story about my cousin?
No.
Oh.
You got this one.
It's funny, but it's no. So I was at the nightclub that we were at in your hometown.
Yeah.
And I, as you do when you're waiting in line, I just started chatting, making friends.
Yeah.
And I asked him how long we'd been waiting for his drinks. He said quite a while, and I was like, "That's not on." And I knew the bartender's name because you'd gone to like primary school with her. So I called out her name. I was like, "Hey," and I was like, "What do you want?" And like I ordered his drinks for him. And then he gave me the money to pay, and it was like a $50 note. It was like, you know, $20 worth of drinks. So it was like $30 left over. And she gave the change back to me, and I went to give it to him. He's like, "Keep it." And I was like, "Oh,
literally like a $30 tip for just getting him in line.
Yeah.
Not even that busy of a club, like.
Yeah, it was like, you know, and I was like, "Whoa, well, I'm making money on a night out. That's
yeah."
great."
She always used to do. She used to come up to me with like literally a handful of just loose change, and I'm like, "What the fuck have you got?" She's like, "Someone just gave me that change."
And I didn't do anything, honestly, like, because I was in a relationship this whole time.
Yeah.
So like, I am not promiscuous in that kind of way at all. So I'm not flirting to
No,
get
she's
this.
not.
I'm very, I don't know. I just,
even just like a harmless flirting, like you don't even do it. She's
I'm more of a
blatantly
deep
like,
chat.
I have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I'll be like,
I'll be like, no.
I'll check with my boyfriend on that. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
like she really pushed it into you that she's got a boyfriend.
yes.
Which I respect.
So it was very bizarre that, you know, that was happening. But anyway, fast forward a couple months, and we're at your brother's 21st, and it was all the family, blah blah.
Though, so like no randoms there.
And this guy opens the door, and I was like, "Oh my god, Reese, that's the guy who gave me the $30 tip." And she's like, "That's my cousin."
What are yours?
And like everyone started talking about it. Like I told my little brother.
Oh, went around family Christmas.
Told my big brother, and it's just gone around the fam. And then I went up to my cousin. I was like, "Did you give my best friend a tip?" And he's like, "What?" And I was like, "Why did you give my best friend $30?" And he was like, "I don't know who you're talking about." And I pointed to Rose, and he was like, "What the fuck?"
But my concern was like Chinese whispers or something like that. Like, where did that money come from? Where's this story evolved to? Like,
what did she do for this?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, it was innocent, I promise. But yeah, it was so funny at the time. It was like one of those
It was
things
a
where.
cracker, like, because I honestly, she tried to tell me the story, and I was like, "Oh, that's really weird. That's weird."
Yeah.
And then to know it was my cousin, I was just full like, "That's just." Honestly,
more weird.
The small world is ridiculous.
Small world.
But yeah, look, Rose has actually saved me from a lot of things, to be quite honest. There was this one time, this guy that from my hometown actually was in love with me, and as much as I tried, I was like, "We're friends, like, you know, this isn't happening." I was a bit of a flirty person, not gonna lie. Like, I probably didn't actually draw the line as best as I said I did.
You were?
Thank you so much.
You still
yeah,
are.
I've reeled it in. Haven't.
No, you haven't.
Anyways, so I was trying to give this guy a hint, and then I would get with other people, not in front of him, but he was there. And again, probably wasn't the most ethical thing I've ever done, whatever. And Rose was like, "This kid's full just getting the heart broken, like, I gotta go talk to him."
Very sad.
So she literally went up to him one night at this nightclub, and what did you say?
I sat him down. I can't remember exactly what I said, but
When Rose wants
basically,
to tell you a story or tell you where to go, she just goes straight in.
I'm nice, but I'm direct because I feel like if you give the fluff, sometimes you know all they hear is the fluff. You know, like you try and like pat it down for them, and they
soften
stick
it.
to that, and they just cling.
Like she likes you as a person. Oh, you
And
know,
then-
she likes me.
Yeah. So basically, it was just kind of, you know, I really broke it
And
down.
she was also drunk.
And it was really funny because the guy like his mate was with him, and so I'm explaining it to him, and he's like, "No, you're wrong, and this guy's like, "Shut up, she's telling us gold, like this is like good stuff, like I've never heard this." And he's like, "Oh, it's like I need to write this down, blah blah," but he just wasn't getting it, and then I think I had to go like,
Yeah, what did you say?
Listen here, mate.
I think I was just talking about like, you know, I honestly can't even remember exactly what I said, but basically she's not into you. She's never going to be into you, and you need to move on.
Get the fuck over
Imagine
it.
hearing that
Go
on your
on.
night out. You're just out on a Saturday, just being like, "Yeah, cool."
But
just
he
having
was
a drink
just-
with my mates, and Rose is full, just
Oh.
like, "You're dreaming, move on."
Like I was nicer than that, but you know. Yeah.
To the stage where you're like, "It's getting ridiculous. Calm down."
I wish I had the balls to do that.
Right.
I'm not one to be
I
No,
it wasn't
I'm
just
done.
like a random guy. I was friends with him too
Yeah,
at
she
the
was
time.
friends with him.
Oh, okay,
So
so it
it's
would have been
not-
a little bit easier.
It's not like I
what
just
you
went
mean.
up to a random and was like, you know, get over yourself.
Yeah.
It was someone that I
That'd be
knew,
easier, to be honest.
and someone that like I had built up, sort of.
Yeah, we were friends with them.
Like over the time time we'd gone
And he was a
out.
lovely person.
And he was a beautiful soul. I think he just got infatuated with you,
Duh.
and not, he's only human. And
Duh.
and yeah, we just had to
Just put him in his place.
Put him in his
Gently.
place. That's it.
gently,
Poor
nicely.
thing.
These days, me and B are full just like, no,
Yeah.
go.
Sorry, done.
Not happening.
Yeah.
Give each other the eyes like, are we getting rid of these people? Are we right? What's happening?
Yeah, you just want me to do all the dirty work.
Yeah, I did. I was like, you fix this, I'm gonna go.
I'll play with him again in 30, but
I was so bad with that. Alright, what about the relationship side of it?
Okay, so I've just got a few scenarios to pop into here for everybody's advice. So, okay, first one, I'm lost and I don't know what to do in my situation. Okay, I, 32 male, have recently found out that my girlfriend, 30 female, has secretly been on dating apps without telling me, specifically Tinder. She's constantly worried that I'm cheating on her and checking my phone, but I have nothing to hide and always have given it to her. I've secretly known that she has done this quite a few times before since we got together, so she's done it before they got together, but never said anything about it because we started an open relationship. Then transitioned into just the two of us later on. I love her more than anything in this world, and she's the only person I see myself marrying, but she's hidden this from me multiple times. I know she's started getting back on these apps too because she randomly has friends that she's talking to that aren't there when really they're enjoying each other's company. Any advice?
Right.
So bear in mind, this guy has turned around and said, she's perfect for me, she's the one that I want to marry, I love her so much, but she's doing this behind my back, and it's happened multiple times. If you were talking to him, what would your advice be?
I mean, I know for me, my biggest thing is communication.
So
a conversation,
not much there.
A conversation, in my opinion, would need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Like, where is she at? Has this, in his opinion, it's gone back to not being an open relationship.
Yeah.
But was that a conversation? Or is that his interpretation of the situation? So definitely have a sit-down conversation. See where everyone's at. Does she still want to be in an open relationship?
Yeah.
Or, like, is there, miscommunication happening? Or is there a way to move forward?
Which wouldn't be surprising.
But yeah, but for me, a big communication. Have a chat, have a sit down, and just try and take the emotion out of the conversation a little bit and just stick to the facts, because I feel like that can turn into a very heated argument very quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
So just trying to stay calm and present and just listening to all the sides, and then if you're getting emotional, step away and come back to it.
Yeah.
I think that's like the main thing. I feel like if you don't actually address the difference between an open relationship and obviously just you two, then that's kind of like where the lines are blurred.
Yeah.
And people are kind of like, well, we didn't actually fully say we were exclusive. We kind of just one night were like, oh, I'm not seeing someone else.
And then also it can be quite hard to bounce back from that. So if you start with a two-person relationship and then you go into an open and then you want to go back, a lot of people tend to be like, no, I don't want to do that because I've had this for so long. Like, I still have that main person that can do other stuff. So having that being like back and forth situation makes it so hard for it to be solid too again.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think if it wasn't an open relationship before that, I'd be like, look, something dodgy's going on. Like, this is not something that should be happening in a relationship, which it shouldn't be anyway. But again, with communication, obviously because it's so vital, but also so overlooked. People just don't do it. They kind of just assume. Yeah. Like,
and they brush it off.
We'll be like, oh yeah, cool, he's not sleeping with someone, I'm not. We're basically exclusive.
And sometimes people don't want to ask the question.
Correct. Yeah, they don't want to have that conversation because then, like, she might turn around and be like, well, nah, I don't want to be exclusive.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which
People are scared to answer.
Seems like that's what's going to happen if she's still involved in that stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's secret, then it's kind of like she knows that it's exclusive. You know what I mean? Because if it was open, would she really have to be so secretive
about it? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Dump her.
Savage.
Yeah. Yeah, fair. Because you're going to have that conversation with her and she's going to be like, oh no, I love being in an open relationship, and you either have to be okay with that or you have to get rid of her.
Which is literally a lose-lose for you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Boys.
Boys.
Just like, nah, positive.
Okay, I think this would be a good one for like all of us. Do most long-term relationships get boring? So me and my fiance have been together for about 4 years now, and it just feels boring. There's nothing going wrong in the relationship per se, but it just feels really dull and boring. Going through motions of being together and doing the same things every day gets really repetitive.
Mm-hmm.
So she suffers from anxiety, depression, PTSD and ADHD, so she doesn't know whether it's her feeling like it's the lack of serotonin or dopamine happening naturally, or do other couples, even ones that have been married for a long time, go through boring phases. Any tips to bring back life into this would be very helpful.
Wow. Right, okay.
I think that's very interesting because what's the year? Is it like 3 years or something? 3 or 4 years is like the
3
dip.
years when you like come best friends, comfortable.
Yes.
Like, you know, you live together, you literally basically become this one person in the midst of it, and then you're like, shit. A lot of people forget to focus on the sexual side, the physical side, and everyone just kind of like slacks off, I guess. Like,
everyone gets comfortable.
I haven't been past 2 years, because great track record. But even for me, like, once I started living with someone, it just got different. And it's one or both parties become complacent.
Yeah.
You kind of both like, cool, we're in this. You know, we've got a place. I'm with her. I don't need to keep trying a lot of the time. And it's not malice or like purposeful.
It's not like intentional.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. It's more just like, I don't need to put in this effort. She's mine or he's mine.
A lot of guys are like that as well.
Yeah.
Like in situationships as well.
Yeah,
They kind of like do all the work at the beginning, and then as soon as they've got her, then like that's it.
Yeah.
So they don't really try as hard. But for both parties, I think there's I've seen a couple of times pop up on socials being like that two things, so it's like every 2 weeks you do this, or every 2 months you do this, or like every second weekend to keep it alive. So it's a bit hard when it comes to money side, like money situations being like, make sure you go on a date, like have a date night every week.
Yeah, of course.
And do something different. Sometimes it's a little bit harder than that.
But it doesn't need to be money. Sometimes
It doesn't even have to be that expensive.
You can actually have a picnic in your living room, light some candles. It doesn't need to
burn
be
the house down.
You can go outside, go to the beach or something.
But definitely the effort level, like all that stuff that you're putting in at the start, are you still putting that in?
Yeah,
Are you
even
guys-
in small doses. Like, it doesn't have to be like, you know, your honeymoon, because no one gets that back, let's be real.
Yeah.
But like, you can still keep a spark going to a degree that obviously you've spent so much time with this person, you know their love language, you know how they receive love. Like, that should be the effort that gets put in. Like, figure that out at the start, and you basically got this like cheat sheet. It's like, oh cool, she likes gifts, I can give her gifts. Or she likes when I do things for her, like words of affirmation or acts of service. Like, if you can figure that out,
If you're smart
and
enough.
really know her, then it's not really that hard.
No.
But if you don't know that, you're full just like, fuck, I'll buy her flowers. And she's like, nah, didn't want flowers. And you're like, shit. Like, if you can't understand her, then it's, or him, sorry, both
parties.
you know, it's like you'd be putting in effort and they weren't happy with it, and then they just get, you know,
and then you get exactly. Yeah,
and that's where things get heated. And I think that's happened with me before, where it's like, I didn't understand my love language, I didn't know what I wanted, so like they do it and I'm like, nah, that's not what I want to hear. And they're like, oh cool, I've worked on one.
Yeah,
Like,
can't go a little more because you're not getting what
that's
you
what I mean.
Yeah.
So if you don't set a foundation and be able to go from that, I think that's where a lot of people fail.
Yeah.
Again, communication.
Yeah. Communication is such a big thing in relationships.
Correct.
Okay, next one. Okay. Boyfriend,
And B makes that noise.
24 male, slept with another girl, 24 female, in the same bed.
What an age.
Okay, so they're both 24. Okay, long story.
There you go.
There are a lot of, sorry. So her boyfriend went to Iceland,
Iceland,
whatever the fuck you want to call it, for a week with 10 of his friends.
Lads weekend.
But the girlfriend didn't know that half of those friends were girls.
Ooh, not a lads weekend.
Yeah, not a lads weekend, it was a mixture. Okay, so, but now he's telling me that he shared a bed with one of them, so one of the girls. Okay, so she didn't know that she was going on the trip in advance. They're good friends from work. She's met her in person. However, my boyfriend has told me that he originally had a crush on her before they met.
Ooh.
Okay? But she had a boyfriend at the time. So she's now single and they've openly discussed her dating life with him. but lately has been making weird comments regarding it. She wasn't worried about him cheating because they're quite like open, blah 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 blah. So, however, on Tuesday he calls and tells me that not only did they rub salt on each other's backs in the hot springs, but they also have to share a bed because there wasn't enough room for everyone.
Have to share a bed, do they?
He argued that the bed was big enough so he wouldn't even be close to touching her. But for me, this is a total form of disrespect on his behalf.
Ooh.
I don't even care that he doesn't have any intentions or actually touching her, but it obviously wasn't something that she felt comfortable with, and it was just common sense that you just don't do that in a relationship, no matter what the reasoning behind it was. We spoke about it yesterday. I very clearly told him that it bothers me and he has deeply broken my trust. She's a very lenient girlfriend, but she has her boundaries that need to be respected. He apologised and agreed that his behaviour was incorrect, but then today asked her if it was okay for them to sleep in the same bed again for the last night since the other guests snore. She did tell him that it bothers that it bothers her, but she had no influence over the situation. Has anyone ever experienced something like this? If so, do you have any advice on how to handle it? So she obviously feels very disrespected and she's angry. So what would your advice be, or how to handle the situation?
I don't know where to start with.
There's a lot to unpack in that whole thing.
I know for me, if that happened to me, I'd definitely feel quite uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Being a girlfriend, yeah.
Like, if you tell me up front you're going away with a couple of girls, fine, fair enough, have fun.
Yeah,
but if you kept that detail, like why was... I don't know. Yeah, that's just kind of like the first little mistake there, I feel.
Yeah.
And then, be told after the fact that you slept in the bed.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like that's the thing. Like, if you can be upfront, again, I'm a very jealous person, so I'm not.
I'd probably knock his head off.
I'd be like, if that was me and I was sleeping in the same bed as another guy, I'd kind of be like, nah. Like, not even just because something could happen, which you wouldn't let it happen because everyone obviously has a choice to take two to tango. But, like, if it made someone else uncomfortable, or if I thought, nah, this would make me uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, I'll sleep on the floor.
Yeah. Surely there's a couch.
There's a floor everywhere.
Yeah. And there's like obviously 10 other friends, so I don't know whether he's included in that 10, but that's obviously 5 and 5.
Yeah,
who knows?
Cool.
But like surely the boys could have kind of arranged that to be like boy like sleep together. Like I'm sure there's different
Exactly. Were there couples involved? Like obviously you don't know this.
The whole situation, yeah.
But why did you have to sleep with her? There's no there's never like you are made to do something.
No.
You always have a choice.
I think with something like that, you'd have to, again, communication.
Yeah.
Have that conversation, set the boundaries.
Yeah.
What are you okay with? What are you not okay with? What do you classify as cheating? What don't you classify as cheating? Because that's not a set thing for everyone. Everyone thinks of it differently.
Yeah.
And in his mind, he might have been like, no, seriously, it's a king bed. Like, she's all the way over there. Like, sometimes those beds are so big that it's actually 2 beds.
100%. Some people are genuinely stupid.
Yeah. No, but so I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but you just... I think, re-establishing those boundaries. Obviously, if it was me, I'd be quite uncomfortable and have to have that conversation. Like, okay, how did we get to this?
Yeah,
literally.
You know, and then also for him to come back to her and be like, oh, it's the last night. I don't have anywhere else to sleep. It's alright if I sleep with her again.
Yeah, I feel like if I've just expressed that I'm very uncomfortable about this situation. And
it should be like, not even a question.
No.
Because I know if it was me and they expressed that concern to me, I would not want to be putting them in that situation again.
No.
Like, I'd be on the floor, I'd be on the couch, be sleeping with 3 other girls. Don't mind.
Literally, like that's what I mean. And like, I think it's so much worse, obviously, because you've said they had a thing in the past, and it's like as you said, 10 friends.
Yeah.
Sorry, like one of them probably snores, 2 of them probably kick you, whatever, right? There is another person or a guy you can sleep with.
Yeah.
If it's like such a big bed, 2 guys can sleep in it. Like 3 people can. Like go top and tail. I don't give a shit. If you go on sideways, 4 people can. Like why does it
There's
have
so
to
many
be
other
such
options.
why do people have to always use things as, oh no, I have to do this. I don't have an option. And I'm always like, everyone has a choice in everything you do. And if you, again, as you all said, if we have the conversation and then that trust again is broken, it's like, well, you've purposely done this. You can be naive to a point, 100%, and that's where you can get away with it. But if I've been like, nah, cool, that's enough, I don't want to do it, I don't want to see that happen, and it happens again, you lose all that.
She lost your trust before.
Correct.
It's completely gone now.
Like, you don't have that leg to stand on if someone's been like, nah, like, you can't do that again.
Yeah.
And then you do it and they're like, well, we just spoke about it.
Yeah, and it's going to make it uncomfortable for all future things. Like, if he's going to want to go away with the boys, like, that is perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with doing that. But now she's going to be second guessing that.
Like,
are you telling me the truth?
Correct.
Is this all the facts?
Yeah.
Where are you sleeping? Who are you sleeping with?
Are they going to be girls
Facebook profiles?
Yeah.
Like,
and then that's when they say you're crazy because...
Correct.
Yeah, we get told that we're
That's
crazy.
when girls become profiled as this psycho bitch that's like, well, you've just asked me what her Instagram is, what blood type she is, like, and we're like, well, that's normal.
You gave me a reason to ask all those questions.
And I'm like, and that's when things just escalate, and it's to the point where it's like, if you want to sleep in a bed with another girl, rethink your situation. Especially someone that you had an old flame with, like, stop doing this shit, which so many people do now. That's like, why don't I have both? Piss off one girl, another one's there. Like, just communicate and get out of this shit. Pisses me off. Not personal, obviously.
Feeling very passionately there.
I'm always passionate. It's aggressive.
Okay, I got a last one. My friends think my boyfriend is a toxic male. Good topic.
Imagine being a friend of that.
Okay, so my boyfriend. Okay, chill. My boyfriend, who's a 19-year-old male, is a little old-fashioned. Which is...
I hate that word.
Okay.
I hate that word.
And it's not like that he believes that women should stay home and men should work. It's not like that. He believes that as a guy, you must protect your girlfriend at all costs. Keep them and make them feel safe when on the bus or the train. She sits by the window seat and the guy must sit in the aisle seat.
Yeah, alright, that's fair.
He believes that you should talk to a girl's parents when we first start dating. He sat my mum and dad down and introduced himself and asked, sir and madam, I really care about your daughter and I want to make her my girlfriend. Do you have a problem with me being with her?
Damn, that's old fashioned.
And this is a 19-year-old as well.
Oh,
you don't get that anymore.
No. You don't get that
with anyone. No, regardless of his age. Okay, so he likes girls who are feminine and doesn't like a masculine girl.
Oh, I'm out.
He has no problem with them but just doesn't date them. So it's just obviously a personal preference. He likes girls who are sensitive and caring and whatnot. Last but not least, he doesn't like... Okay, I'm not even going to touch on that because that's annoying. So he pays...
You have to say that.
Okay, he doesn't like body hair on girls. So yes, she shaves and doesn't have... so she doesn't have an issue with that and he pays for it. And he also pays for my nails and my hair. So she was explaining this to a friend of hers and was saying on how much she liked him and all of that sort of stuff. But now she's saying that he's a walking red flag and a toxic male. What do you guys think?
I'm really like in two minds. Because I'm like, is it toxic? Is it controlling? Or is it just respect from what you've been raised with? Do you know what I mean?
And how does she feel about it? She hasn't actually said how, like, if she feels controlled
but
or
is
she
this
feels...
her writing it?
Yeah,
This is a friend.
This is her writing it.
So is it her friend, because her friend might have different views and different values to
100%,
her. So
yeah.
if she's okay with it and she enjoys, like, him treating her like that, there's no issue.
Yeah.
I'm just like, hang on. Like, if he's been clear with what he likes, then that's, again, open communication, like, that's great. If she's all the things that he likes, then there shouldn't be a problem. He's obviously not trying to change her.
Yeah.
I get the idea of, like, as Rose said, like, a lot of the time friends are very different to the person that's with the other person. Like, you know, I could be with someone and you guys would be like, what the fuck? And I'm like, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Same goes. And I think, like, as long as you're happy and it's not impacting you in the relationship, then I don't think there is a leg for a friend to be like, get rid of him.
Yeah. I don't really think that he's doing anything wrong.
No,
to be
I
honest.
don't think so.
I personally don't think that I think that
Like,
if that's the way that, like you said, he's been brought up,
Yeah.
and that's the way that he chooses to respect women,
Yeah.
then if she's okay with that, then there's nothing
Yeah,
wrong
I
with
don't.
it.
I'm kind of like
God, if a fucking male was paying for your hair and your nails, I'd be like, yes, queen,
Like-
go off.
When it comes to the body hair, I'm like, I get it. Like, I don't want body hair.
Yeah.
But I also don't. I'm kind of I'm a masculine person, so I'm back. You don't really get a say. Don't tell me that. But in the end, it is my choice, and I would still get rid of it. So it's not a toxic trait.
No.
Yeah.
It just depends how he brings that onto her.
Yeah.
Is it controlling? Is it like, no, don't dare? Or it's like, I'd prefer if you didn't.
Or this is what I like,
Yeah.
and if you want to do that, then that's fine.
Or if it's just, hey babe, I'll pay for you to get your laser.
Literally.
So, cool.
Where you at?
That shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Where are you at? That's
Literally.
right.
The other thing is also, like, if you thought I was dating a walking red flag, I would hope you'd have a conversation with me,
Yeah,
and not just tell me,
100%.
like,
Get rid of him, he's
nah.
a dickhead.
But we all have different red flags.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, mine are definitely weird. And I know B doesn't agree with them, and hers are, again, different. And I'd be like, oh, and she'd be like, oh. So, like, it makes sense. So, like, I think I can relate in the sense that I've definitely seen friends that are with partners that you know when a friend is in a situation that she's not benefiting from.
No.
And you are the person that can be like, you give that advice, but you cannot be that one that's like, makes her feel like she has to make a choice.
Yeah.
We all know at the end of the day, no one's going to do what they like, what other people tell them until they figure it out. We've all had that lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally,
Yeah.
each one of us has had to figure it out on our own.
Yeah.
When the friend is the one that's like, oh, I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I think that's how you always need to approach something. It's never, don't do this, this is bad for you. It needs to be that you just got to make someone else see it. Like, if it was you two, I'd be like, okay, are you 100% the best version of yourselves?
Yeah.
Are they making you that best version?
Yeah.
And if they're not, maybe we just have a chat, see if they can. And if they can't, then that's when we be like, alright, how about you see if this is what you really want? And then you just whack him over the head.
No, we don't do that. We are nice to people, no violence.
I'm always nice to people.
No violence.
No violence.
Going to the wrong person over here. No violence.
So yeah,
I
she'll end
haven't
up in
been
jail.
violent to anyone.
But you
For
would
no
be.
reason.
I was going to say, but you would be. If the opportunity
Everyone
was
I've been
there.
violent to gave me a
Deserves it.
reason to be violent.
Oh.
Again, violence is not the answer, and I'm not a violent person. I'm an aggressive person. It's different.
Verbally.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna make it known if you're a dick to
So
my
don't just
best
say
friend.
I'm an aggressive person. Like, they could be thinking, you know,
She probably
Sexually?
would. Oh.
Oh, that's not all. It's a bit of
That's
both.
definitely not what we're talking about.
no.
No? That's what we meant? Oh, physically.
Yes.
Not sexually. Got it.
Oh my gosh.
Look, there's been times where I've wanted to hit people.
Me too.
100%. Like, for sure. Men. Come on. I'm respectful.
It's like making really strong eye contact.
There's a few females that you probably wanted to punch
for
out as well.
sure. But, like, yeah, to be honest, alright, I have an aggression problem. We know that.
I don't think you have an aggression problem. I think you're just very stern, and it would do it if it was needed.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I think as a best friend, this is probably where I go wrong. I am like, nah, it's my obligation to protect someone from a shit person if they haven't already decided on this.
So why aren't you paying for my nails and my
What
laser?
the fuck? I'm not paying for your shit, man. I'm not your boyfriend as much as people in Spain probably think so.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. That's so funny.
I literally, the person I'm
So
seeing
funny.
said to me the other day, who was like, oh, we need to figure out a nickname for you. And I was like, yeah, you do. Like, I'm sick of hearing fucking B, because that's my best friend's name. And he was like, oh, I got it, Butchris. And I was like,
Wow.
say that again. And I got deeper. And I was like, say that again. And he was like, Butchris. And I was like, why? He's like, well, that's what you know that's in Europe.
It was
Thank
great.
you so much.
Love that. That's
Who
the
else
best.
is going to bash someone if something does go down? Still probably not me. I'll be honest. I'm like a
No.
chihuahua.
I'm just
Did I tell you guys that?
what?
So, no, fine, this is going to come weird, really weird. I got told what kind of dog I am.
By who?
Weird
I was gonna
combo.
say,
like,
yeah.
We was
online?
having a chat. No, I didn't take a quiz.
Hey, there's nothing
So,
wrong with that.
we're at-
There's There's nothing wrong with that. I do it to find out what dog I am.
I was at work and we were just chatting about it because obviously, like, you guys know Larissa. Everyone calls her a pit bull / boxer.
Yeah, I can see that.
And she's like, she's mask. We all know it. She knows it. And she's not aggressive. So like a boxer is quite dopey.
Mm-hmm.
If you've met them. Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably. Whatever. Anyways, my boss was told as a French bulldog. Because, he's French. Whatever.
Fair enough.
I got told that I'm a Doberman.
I can see that.
So a Doberman, do you know what a Doberman is? The really
They're
big
big
ones.
dogs.
Yeah, like
big
the really
ones.
thin Rottweilers.
I was saying the temperaments of the dog, so it's like.
So this is a really aggressive dog.
Oh.
And like, I was like, okay. And then my boss was like, nah, she's a Rottweiler. And I was like, yeah. And then Larissa was like, nah. She's not fat. She's not butch. No, I'm not a Chihuahua, thank God. But I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. And now I look at people and I'm like, what dog are you?
What dog are we?
I don't know,
You gotta think on that.
to be honest. The guy I'm seeing is a Schnauzer. Do you guys know what that is?
Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I know what Schnauzer is, but who?
What do you mean who?
The one with the fluffy front?
Are you talking
Yeah,
about both of us? Or are you just thinking
What?
about the dog? Rose just asked what you
No, I
thought
said
we
the guy
were.
I'm seeing.
Oh,
Looks like that.
okay.
You can see it.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
Were you about to say whose mustache is showing?
Oh, who's a Schnauzer? Okay, yeah, no, that's
You know
fair.
who
No,
that
that's
is.
fair.
I don't actually know. To be honest, I don't know. Yours would be a very like chill dog.
Like a golden retriever or something.
No, you don't have
See,
that
no,
energy.
golden
I think
retrievers
more
are
of a
very
lab.
needy.
A lab.
Yeah, labs are very loyal. I think that would be you.
Yeah, I'll
A
take
black lab.
it. A black lab.
Because they're really cute.
Okay.
They're also a little bit like, oh, butterfly. That's
Literally.
you. Whereas Bee's more of like this little thing that's aggressive, but also not, doesn't look it.
Like little dog syndrome.
So it'd be like Lulu. You literally like Lulu.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'll
Like
take
she's
that.
really cute and she looks it, but then if you cross her, she's like, let's go.
Don't knock on my door because I'll
Literally,
bark
yeah,
the
that's-
shit out of you.
So it'd be
Yeah,
like
fair
a
enough.
Maltese or like a cavoodle cross with a Chihuahua. That's
Okay.
you.
Okay.
I'll take that. That's good. That was
So-
a very weird topic. there.
Sorry guys.
But it's
Detour.
okay.
It just came out. But anyways, obviously it's been literally like 50 minutes. And we should probably cut it short because
We gotta go.
we need to go somewhere.
We gotta go out.
But yeah, so thank you so much for coming on.
That's
Thank
okay.
you.
Thanks for
Having
having
some real weird shit.
Yeah.
That's what we do on here. She was worried it was going to be toxic. Turned out to be just delusional. Sorry.
Just talking shit as per usual.
Normal.
Yeah.
Sorry, we'll have a therapy session later.
Will we?
I'm sure
We'll
be
deep dive into the aggression.
This shit. But that's
Don't
like
fix that.
it's like when we're on the boat. Every time I'm drunk, I'm a very different person. Like I'm a very, as you would both know, I'm a very emotional person when I'm drunk.
Oh yeah.
I'll come up to you. I'm not the person to hug someone.
I love you.
Yeah, there it is. I'm like, oh, I'm so amazing. You're so amazing. I'll start crying, like legit. And she's like, whoa. And I'm like, I appreciate it. 'cause
Take it while I'm
Yeah,
giving
yeah.
it to you.
Yeah.
It doesn't come
It was
sober.
actually the same as Rose. Rose only recently said I love you to me on a text message. I still have it. 2 years ago. And we've been friends for what, nearly 8 years.
Something like that. It makes me uncomfortable to say
Yeah.
I love you to friends.
Yeah, you're not a
When,
big...
like I have love for you and
Which
I
is fair,
appreciate
yeah,
you
for sure.
entirely, but to say I love you for me has such like
It's a deep
a
meaning.
deeper meaning than like friendship. Like I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
it. It just like or you meet a
People
girl in
like
the
that.
bathroom and she's like, oh my god, I love you. Like and then I'm like,
It's like-
I'm like,
Oh.
thanks.
I didn't just make you 2 minutes ago. Thank you so much.
So like no, but like I appreciate the experience and like I
I
like
would say that.
the bonding of it.
I wish you luck in your endeavours.
But yeah, I just don't know how to respond. Like, is that just me? Am I weird?
No, Larissa's the same. Like, I know a few people that... I think it's just because, like, if you're... I think I love you is obviously such a big term for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Me and B probably threw it out pretty early in our friendship, not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think the best part is, I think if you can kind of be able to split them and be like, I love you when it comes to friends is a different love
Mm-hmm.
to someone that you'd say I love you to.
Yeah.
And I appreciate what you, like how you work, because it means that when you do say it, it's so much more meaningful. I literally cried when she texted me, I full cried. Still on screenshot. And it was like, oh, it's really deep.
This is such a moment for us.
Wow!
I just start off with a text, you know, just
in a
Or just maybe another 2 years. I'll
Yeah,
see the person.
It took a while in person, yeah, you're right. And that's what I mean. I feel like those words do get thrown around so easily these days. Like, obviously, you've had someone say it to you during fun times. I probably say I could accidentally slip it out for someone probably, and it's just like, you don't want that.
No.
Like, you want to be able to say those words and it be like this big thing. Nowadays, you're just like, you see the guy on the bus, I love you.
Yeah, it's so normal.
It is.
It's so normal these days.
It really is.
Like, we say it every time we leave.
Yeah.
Like, love you, drive safe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I don't say it with my boyfriend every time we hang out the phone. It's like more like a
Oh wow.
no, like sometimes
Fair. It's fair. People do it all differently. Like,
but
Yeah.
like with my mum, I'll say it every time we get off the phone, like love you, bye.
yeah.
It's just like like my mum always. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just outside of
Which is so strange because
Yeah.
like you look at both our kind of family like upbringings. That's it. And Rose was brought up with such a caring, like affectionate mom, and mine was more like, see ya, have fun. I'm like, yeah, sick, see ya. And I'm the person that can throw out I love yous a lot easier than you can, and it's like everyone. I think it really does determine your upbringing, brought up. Because like obviously you're very close to your mum.
Yeah, yeah. And mum and I
So-
say love you all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it makes a lot of sense. Obviously we don't make sense.
but I'll give you a hug.
Yeah, but I don't do that, so it's weird. Anyways, we're still talking. We are gonna let it go now. Have a great week. Yes, Monday.
Yeah, because it'll be posted on Monday. Yeah, have a great week.
Yeah. Enjoy.
Everyone stay safe out there.
Love you all, and we'll speak to you next week. Woo!